day, everybody. It is currently the 30th of August 2016. Late August is typically one of the most active times of the year in the Western Pacific as far as tropical systems, and, well, we have yet another day of a typhoon. But this one quickly weakening out here just towards the east of Japan. Typhoon Lionrock, a lot of subsidence in dry air really filtering in on the western side of the storm. Actually, if you pull up the water vapor imagery, you can see that dry air coming in across Japan. That's indicated here in that bright yellow color. Back towards the east, still got some convection, a lot of moisture coming in from the south with the southwest monsoon just wrapping around what's left of that monsoonal dry air out there. So this is still have some potency with it. In fact, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, that's U.S. military, this has a minimal typhoon, 65 gusting to 80 knots. I wouldn't be surprised if they downgrade this to a tropical storm, and they do expect it to be a tropical storm prior to landfall just north of Sendai here in Miyagi Prefecture as we go ahead into the evening hours here on a Tuesday. Now down towards the south, I do want to note, look at these basically the 35 knot wind radius coming around this, and yes, we have been seeing winds that high. Actually, 85 km/h winds reported in Chosei, Chiba. That's right along the eastern seaboard. Even some webcams coming out of that area shows you the massive waves coming on shore. You can actually find the link to these webcams at our website at Western Pacific Weather, even just a little bit farther towards the north there. Just look at some of these waves. Actually, some of these could be up to about 7 to 8 meters high, and when a storm comes on shore, it's possible they could be as high as about 10 meters. So definitely today is a day you want to be avoiding the coast. Rough seas are going to be a big deal. I mean, look at that wave right there. We're also going to be looking at coastal flooding. It is a spring tide out there, so water levels are naturally going to be a little bit higher, plus the threat of storms, so coastal beach erosion and coastal flooding is a big issue. Despite the weakening, we are still going to be seeing some fairly high winds, especially across much of Tohoku, extending all the way out there towards Hokkaido. One reason why the waves are so high, you have a pretty large fetch area coming around with this storm system, and really the main reason for that, though, is just a tight pressure gradient setting up between our low and a high pressure area back there towards the north, and that's going to keep things on the windy side. Now the good news, really the Tokyo area staying outside of that high pressure gradient as this passes by there towards the east. Actually a fairly modest day in Tokyo. I know there was a lot of hype, including myself. There was a few models, including the one I'm showing you right here, the good old ESIM-WF, that expected the storm to actually come on shore originally down here towards the Izu Peninsula, and it shifted further towards the east, and that totally changed the game out here. Not so bad at all. So if you are worried about Kanagawa, Tokyo, even much of central Kanto, it's not the biggest issue there. Actually, more worries back there towards Miyagi, Fukushima Prefecture, and really most of Tohoku for that matter, especially along the coast. We're going to be having those rough conditions just wrap around this storm system basically through the rest of Tuesday, and really expecting this to make landfall just north of Sendai Tuesday evening. And as we look ahead in the Wednesday, it's actually expected to track across the Sea of Japan and move on shore there in the far eastern Russia around Vladivostok. Much weaker storm, though, really coming ex-tropical or subtropical by that point. Now, if you are out here, you're near the coast, just stay away from the ocean today. Also be prepared for the threat of some rising river levels, especially in northern Kanto, extending up through Tohoku. Total rain amounts could add up to about 3 to 350 millimeters there as this does track overhead. Of course, is enough to cause some flooding and landslides, especially in some of these more rural areas. Down towards the south is really where you get most of the typhoons, but some of these areas off here towards the north, they've been impacted by 3 tropical systems in the past 2 weeks, kind of waterlogged, so another storm coming through does bring that additional threat of not only flooding, but like I said, some of these hillsides could give way. So a few threats out here outside of just the direct impact of the winds as this does come on shore. But the good news, like I said before, it is continuing the weekend, cooler sea surface temperatures, dry air, and plus some pretty good vertical wind shear, up to about 30 to 40 knots, being in on this storm. And this image right here just kind of gives you a final representation of it. Just look at it falling apart. The west side, a lot of subsidence, drier air. Still got some scattered showers because it is interacting with a trough back there towards the west. That is bringing the rainfall across Tokyo, but it's not, more or less, not direct directly associated with our typhoon, which is just back here towards the east. Extend that all the way down towards the southwest, though, across the Philippines. You are seeing some scattered showers. That's that enhancement. Oh, I gotta connect to the iCloud, apparently. That's that enhancement of the southwest monsoon. Something to check out. If you are out here across northern Luzon, you might be seeing some scattered showers today, maybe some heavy rainfall at times. All right, guys, that is all for me. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know in the comment box down below. I always appreciate your feedback, and as always, stay safe out there.